So proud of this group that just continues to fight and scratch and claw and just get it done. And the end of the day, it's what do you do with the last possession? And the defense, gave up some yards. And, Dak Prescott, George Pickens had a great day. Got to give the Cowboys a lot of credit for the offense that they produced today. But the defense came through for us when we needed it. And to get us the ball back, give us another chance to get down there, get into field goal range right there. And for Ryan to hit his first career game winner was amazing because it just ties the whole group in. Everybody had to do their part right there at the end to win this game. So I'm so proud the way the team keeps coming together to find good football when we need it.
Coach, it's slowly but surely becoming the Rico show out here in Charlotte, obviously. Did you feel any extra motivation or extra hype from him going in facing his former team?
Just looked like the same guy last week. Ran with violence, had a plan, a man on a mission that wants to make yards and really just take our schemes and make them come alive. And, he'd be up here. First thing he would say is give credit to the offensive line, the tight ends for blocking, the wide receivers involved in all that to create another successful day on the ground. But, I'm sure he's human. I'm sure there's emotions for him coming from his former team and all that. So I will acknowledge that part of it. But I didn't see a difference from what he did last week. I just saw great execution and great attitude when he ran the ball.
Ryan has to make from 55. What are the considerations on 4th and 4 at the 40 there?
Yeah, big-time considerations, having the confidence to let Ryan take a shot at that one. We had the wind in that situation right there. And, 4th and 4, I certainly was trying to find opportunities to get another drive, to get another series, knowing we were playing a really good offense and they were going to find some opportunities, but wanted to give him that shot right there. And I'm so glad he came through for us.
No, I mean at the end,
What's that?
He already has to make. You decide to go for it on 4th and 4.
Oh, right. Yeah, flip that. So wind in her face right there, and got to make a decision on whether we want to try a really long one that might not be in our favor. Wanted to put the ball in Bryce's hands, get us another first down right there. And he did a great job of finding Hunter right there on the inside for the completion and allowed us to finish the game off right there.
Dave, how did you feel about Bryce's game management today? Obviously, he got off to a pretty quick start. You faced some adversity, but I didn't have to watch the film. But in terms of how you think he handled the game out there today, what do you think?
I thought he was great, better and better just in terms of the communication with the guys. It's a lot of hard work. These guys have been working together, working on things in practice, as we continue to challenge the group, and they took to that. We had to take a couple of timeouts there at the end. There were some substitution things. I had to make a really critical decision to use those timeouts to make sure that we were settled so we could have our best group out there for the concepts that we had practiced. And I don't want to use those timeouts in that situation, but for me it felt like I needed to settle the group in. Let's get our best call, and then we ended up executing there.
You guys went empty on that 4th down play call.
I'm sorry. So go ahead.
You guys went empty on that 4th down play call. Can you talk about what the decision that went into that?
On which one?
On the 4th down.
At the end?
To Hunter at the end, yeah.
Yeah, again, it was just, it was going to be a long kick, and we were looking at, we had a little bit of a headwind, and so I wanted to put the ball in Bryce's hands, be able to see and evaluate what they were doing from a defensive standpoint. He had two great options on the left with Hunter and with T-Mac over there, and found a completion for us. It was a critical down, and those are the types of plays that I love when Bryce comes through for us right there and give him a chance to affect the game.
Dave, Dave, T-Mac had the early drop that led to the interception.
Yeah.
Come back down to him. We talked about all week the lack of touchdowns, and he scores 2 big touchdowns in this game. What have you seen about his resilience, just when he makes a mistake, how he's able to bounce back?
Yeah, he's a really focused player, and he just goes to the next play. High confidence player who knows he's going to make that play, and the catch was a little bit away from him. I've seen him make that. He'll be the first one to tell you, I can make that play, and the Cowboys turned that around and got a big gain off of the interception. But get the guy down and just give us one more chance, see if we can affect them and keep them out of the end zone. But the way that he just responded, the way he bounced back, this is time on task. This is conversations between him and Bryce all throughout this season of just fine-tuning the different routes and the landmark we're expected to be at, how we adjust on things. And that really showed up on 2 plays of plays that we've been working on, that those guys have been talking about. If they play this, I want you to respond this way. If they play this one, find space here. And that's the type of chemistry that we have to continue to grow.
The Panthers play action has really covered the play the last few
Yeah.
weeks. How much is that Rico? Just how much is that just because the running game's working in general?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a great point. When the run game gets going, it creates space in the back half, and we didn't hit all of them, but we had some good production down the field. We had some good production on our check downs as well. Even the screen to Leggett that we had, it presents itself like a deep shot in that situation when you get past the 50, and he was able to bite out a big chunk of yards for us right there.
Hey, the Panthers haven't been 500 at this late in the season or at all since week 10 4 years ago. I know you have bigger goals than that, but are you getting to that point and going forward, what does that say about where you guys are in your building?
It's a group commitment to the process and the way that we practice, the way that we study, the way that we talk to each other, and the type of effort that we ask for in our practices. It leads to good results. And there's got to be a trust in this process that it will lead to good things. If you just show up and give us everything you have when you're in this building, when you walk in these doors, it leads to improvement. That's what we're looking for, progress. We're looking for improvement in all areas, and we're seeing that. We're seeing groups work together to be able to come away with the full team win right there was really amazing, and it allows me to just double down on the fact that this process works. If we stay together, we continue to just bravely and courageously look at the mistakes that we've made and correct them. This is a group that's just continuing to get better each week.
Dave, as you said, this was Ryan's first ball call. Do you go, is he one of those guys that you could go check on right before he goes out there? Do you leave him alone? What was he like before he went out there?
Yeah, just honestly, just the normal course of action for me is I don't really typically go and check with the kickers, and as they're going out onto the field, I'm kind of just collecting my thoughts about what happened, what's the scenario. There's a lot of conversations happening. Just want to give him his space to be locked in, and he came through for us in a big way today.
Dave, how,
Deserves a lot of credit. A couple more, when you speak to the offensive line, specifically the makeshift right side, and how they did to open up the hole.
Yeah, Brady was consistent. He was great again for us. Josh Nyman did a fantastic job today. I got to watch the film to see how that all graded out. But as far as I saw, with the run game and the pass protection, there was enough time for us to get our passes gone. And the run game certainly showed up again. So I'm so proud of Josh, the way he stepped in when we asked him to, and really responded.
how important was that final possession of the first half? 17-10, you end up with the field goal, but Dallas scores more points, I think, than anybody in that situation. It felt like you were knowing you had the ball to start the second half. It felt like a critical possession in how you managed it.
Absolutely, going into the locker room, and we tried to mess that up. Talk to Xavier about the lateral right there in that situation. It's just something that's outside of what we need to do. I think actually Rico was calling for the ball, so Rico kind of came up to me and was like, "Coach, that was on me." So I was just like, "Guys, don't make stuff up. Like let's just play our football. Let's just advance the ball, get us into a better field goal situation, so we can take advantage of the plays that led into it, And so, but it was a good way for me to just remind the group, just do your job. It'll be enough. And if they beat us, they make great plays. George Pickens made some amazing plays today. We got to give them credit where credit is due. The defense made it hard on us at the end, and we had a 3-and-out right there, right before the touchdown drive, and Dallas's defense made some adjustments and made it hard for us right there. But we just have to continue to just execute the little things over and over.
You guys are on the little things. Eddie and Trevor at the end
Yep.
looked like he obviously went down, and Dallas was trying to make him score.
Yep.
So who told him to do that, or what's kind of the little thing there that you?
Yeah, Bryce was all over it. We had a timeout somewhere in there. Dallas called a timeout. He came over. He was like, okay, I'm telling these guys, first down, get down. This is something we practice. Coach George Lee, presents us with different scenarios in our walkthroughs where we get to hit our 2-minute situations and a half and a game, and also 4-minute situations just like that. We practiced that 2 weeks ago, getting into a 4-minute situation where this is a first down, get down type of deal. And Trevor came off the field and said, the next time that happens, you guys are going to have to run off the field and tackle tackle me because I really would like to score my first touchdown. So, but it was well executed. It was well blocked. He got down, gave us a chance to run the clock out, and then win the game walking off.
You guys are on a roll with Rico running the ball, but how do you anticipate everything still working together when Cuba comes back and mixing everyone in?
That's a great question. We're going to figure that part out, but I know Rico is doing a great job, and he will be a part of what we're doing.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Questions for Rico?
Rico told me to buckle up. Was the seatbelt not tight enough today?
Not at all. But yeah, got to give all the credit to those guys up front again. They came out there again week to week and allowed for me to go out there and do what I do. Yeah, got to give credit to them.
This one obviously though meant something to you. What does it mean to get this win in this type of way against the team that didn't bring you back?
Definitely, like I've been saying all week, the main thing just wanted to get that win. Big for me, but also big for the organization. Getting to 500 and protecting the home field, 3-0 at home. So just got to continue to keep building, but definitely was huge getting that win.
Rico, it's a team game, but to go out and do what you did today on a personal level, especially with your defense holding Javante down, what did that mean for you for this, this former team you played against today?
Yeah, basically the same thing. Like I said, meant a lot just to go out there and beat them. And like I said, the defense held them down, and those guys up front opened it up for me, and we had a great day. So definitely was great.
Rico, I know you said you were thankful that they gave you 5 years. They gave you your start, and they gave you 5 years. But was there a little bit of personal, you wanted to show them after they didn't really try to resign you?
It's a lot that went on in those 5 years while I was there. But yeah, I definitely say it was a little personal. Just wanted to get the win and have a great performance from my end. And like I said, those guys allowed me to do it, and we was able to get the job done again.
How'd you avoid not being too hyped up in a spot like this? I mean, you had all week, you had the buckle up comments a week ago, but it seemed like you came in. It's a big spot for you. A lot of guys can come in too emotional, a little bit too hyped up. How did you really lock in and be ready for the start of the game?
Like I said, just staying in the moment. I know what I said those comments. I talked to a couple guys out there. They know I meant no harm by it. That's me. I just always joke around with them and things like that. But yeah, just staying in the moment. I know don't never let it get too high. Don't never get too low. I come here to do a job, and I know what I got to do when I go out there.
So you're saying that was friendly banter during the game?
You said it was friendly what?
You said there was friendly banter during the game?
Oh, yeah, I was chopping up. I had some words with a couple guys at halftime walking across the field and also throughout the game. But, yeah, it's all friendly. It's all love at the end of the day.
Rico, were you cramping again? It looked like you had a massage gun going and stuff. What
Yeah.
did you feel like this week?
I started cramping up. I made it a little farther than I did last week. But, I started cramping up at the end of the fourth quarter. But, just got to hydrate better.
I apologize. Did you call for the lateral from XL there at the end of the first half? Did you call for that?
Yeah, I did. I was telling them that's on me. I told the coaches the same thing. They was like, don't make stuff up and things like that. But, yeah, when he called it, I was like, pitch it. And he actually pitched it. So, yeah. Yeah, I was just once he pitched it and I seen it go in the air, I'm like, yeah, but we had never practiced nothing like that before. But, yeah, it was a great play. Just trying to make plays out there.
Yeah. So what made you guys do it in a game?
Like, you see those opportunities every once in a while when you see a guy getting tackled and you see some space out. So I'm just like, pitch it. And I thought maybe if I would have got it on a clean pitch or something, I could have gained some more yards. But, yeah,
Rico,
can't have that.
You referenced this team getting to 500. That has not happened here in 4 years. What does that mean, and what's it mean going forward?
Means a lot. Like I said, everything we've talked about throughout the weeks as well, as far as starting fast, coming out, taking care of it, playing better in the second, third quarter, fixing the run game, focus on running it, Like I said, getting to 500, Goody, he got up, talked about getting to 500. Like he's saying the same thing. The team hasn't done it in some years, and it was time this week, and so definitely was special getting that done.
You're a guy from the Carolinas. You're a guy from the Carolinas, from North Carolina, who played your ball in South Carolina. Does it feel special to do what you're doing right now here in your home state?
Oh, for sure, yeah, definitely special. Just being back home in front of a lot of family and friends. I had a lot of people at the game today, and like I said, I'm on the home team, so definitely special getting to do it here in North Carolina.
I know you give a lot of credit to the offensive line. Can you speak to the makeshift right side that's been putting up fruit nice blocks for you?
All those guys, we had another guy down today, and Timo, and Yash came in, like I said last week, man down, man up, and those guys up front just been blocking their tails off, just allowing me to do what I do.
I know you talk about wins, but
what's the main break? You were one of the last guys into the locker room today. Describe the vibe of the team right now and just how excited everyone was after this one.
Very excited. These past 2 weeks, we've gotten 2 wins in a row, so very exciting. Just walking in, you can feel the energy after the wins. You can feel the energy throughout the weeks, and we know we got something special in this room. As long as we can come out and execute on a high level. So on to the next, and like I said, we got to get back to work and go get the next one.
I know
What's
you're
the main
wins,
break
Rico,
Christian
but
McCaffrey's 2-game record for scrimmage yards for you? And did you realize how close you were if you got 200 yards rushing the second straight game? You were to joining pretty elite players that do it over a 2-game period.
No, I didn't realize that part, but definitely special to be able to come here and get in the history books for the home team. So kind of around the same question she asked, but so definitely special to be able to get in the history books here in Carolina.
Rico, if your message last week was buckle up to the Cowboys, what's your message after the game?
They weren't buckled up.
Rico, were you on was it pickle juice again this year, this time, or what
Yeah.
you use? Yeah.
Same thing. You had to start down on the pickle juice again, trying to get back out there. But like I said, once we got under the 2-minute warning, I told Coach to just let Trev stay light. And he told me if you're not good to go, and obviously I was still cramping a little bit. And Trev did a great job. He came in, got that huge third down for us, and he's been ready the whole time, so he stayed ready. And I told him just let Trev stay out there. But yeah.
Did you have much interaction with the Cowboys coming off the field?
Yeah, I talked to a lot of guys coming off the field, and they was just telling me congratulations and things like that.
Are you talking to Chuba at all in between plays? Anything like that? Is he giving you any feedback while you're out there in the game right now?
Yeah, I talked to Chube. Chube, he's a leader of the team, so he just always telling me keep going, telling me to keep going, and it's coming through me right now while I'm out there on the field, and just telling me, just keep going. That I got to keep the team up and keep the team going.
How do you think that's going to work when Chuba comes back and suddenly all these carries need to be split?
Like I said, that's the coach's decision. I'm pretty sure we'll figure out a way to do it. 2 is better than 1, so it's gonna be hard on the defense. I'm seeing this for all 4 quarters, and I definitely won't cramp up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just trust. Everyone in the huddle trusts each other. We all want those moments. We want the game in our hands. We want to, we want to execute. We want to leave no doubt as offense. We didn't want to leave them any time. And speaks to the trust from coach, from the staff, and the belief we have in each other. But it's a great job from Hunter. Great catch, great win on the route, and everyone, all 11, executing in a big moment.
Ted Roman ends up in the end zone a couple of times today, but it was after that opening, kind of miscommunication, the drop that led to the interception. To talk about rebounding from that, but also what it meant to get him going and find him in the end zone a couple of times.
Yeah, obviously T-Mac's been huge for us the entire year. Super glad that he was able to get into the end zone. He's been huge. And, for me, stuff like that, it's part of the game. There's little things that happen. And from both of us, it's just on to the next play. I always believe in him. I always trust in him. He always has the confidence, has the same to go out and be himself like he did the rest of the game. So it's, that's adversity, but we all lean on each other for that.
Bryce, in college and high school, you always played for championships and always had a winning record. What's it though mean to be 3-3 in the NFL? The first time since 2021, this team's been fighting.
Yeah, it's great. From where we are, it's a great win today. Obviously, it's a long season. It's a week-to-week league right now. We're excited. We're enjoying this win, but next week we're going to turn the page, and it's for us. We have to figure out to be consistent. We have to put them together. We have to continue to stack again. Right now, for 24 hours, we're going to enjoy it, but we're going to come back. We already talked about in the locker room. Everyone's dedicated to moving forward, so that's all it is. We want to go 1-0 next week.
Bryce, did you notice with Rico that maybe there was a little extra edge? Anytime I guess you play for a team there is, but did you notice there was something a little extra special?
Yeah, of course. Rico's a competitor. That just speaks to the dog he is. It was personal. We knew that, and we want to have his back. That's our brother. That's someone that, if it's important to him, when it's personal to him, it's personal to us. Him playing the way he played, again, not a surprise. That's the guy he is. The O-line doing an amazing job allowing that to happen. Everyone on the perimeter blocking. I'm super happy for him.
Dave keeps talking about what a violent runner he is. What do you see when you're standing back there and getting the ball?
That's a great description. Violent, someone who's super explosive, really patient, and then when he decides to put his foot in the ground and go, he has bad intentions. When you get to watch that, I always say I get to watch the end zone view of film live, and it's so much fun being able to turn around and watch to see all the great stuff that our backs do. So we're glad he's with us.
Bryce, did you advise Trevor Etienne to go down on that last play?
Yeah. Again, we want to leave no doubt. We want to make sure that we were in, we were first down, get down, make sure that we didn't want to give them time back. And we talk about that here. We have situational presentations about that. We're prepared. The coaching staff does a great job of, giving us situations like this to do it. So it was just communicating that, and it was a great job from Trevor. Young guy could easily, go rogue and say, this is my shot. But team first guy, so it was big.
Well, this is the second straight week that you've had a big pass play on fourth down on the game-winning drive. I'm just curious, do you feel like your own confidence is growing as a player?
My confidence comes from God. It comes from this team. So it's always there. I'm super grateful to be where I'm at. I'm grateful to be a part of this team. I'm grateful to be able to have the guys that I lean on every single day. So, I have a ton of reasons to be confident in moments like that. We all trust each other. We all believe in each other. And, we're going to have to continue to keep stacking it.
What does it say about this team and specifically the offensive line that you can have so many injuries already this season and those guys continue to step up in front of you?
Yeah, it just speaks to the resilience. That's not easy to do at all, especially against really good units, to come in and not miss a beat with injuries, with people substituting in and out, with all this stuff going on. And it speaks to the culture of that room. The coaching staff, the guys, they hold themselves to a certain standard. We do as a unit, and I'm super grateful for them to be who they are, protecting me. I'm walking around here feeling great because of them, and I'm for sure eternally grateful for that.
How confident are you in that the offense can continue to thrive when Chuba comes back? Is there enough ball to go around is what I'm trying to
For sure. I'm super confident. The great thing is those are two guys that want to win. Chuba's a leader on this team. He's huge for us. He always will be. Same with Rico. Does a great job of doing all the things you've seen. So at the end of the day, we want to win. We want to do whatever it takes to win. And they're always, they're close. They're always supporting each other. They're always having each other's back. And, whatever it takes for us to win, I know we'll all do, all 11 in the unit and all however many people on the roster are on the team.
So you advised Trevor to go down there, but did you advise the makeshift hook and ladder at the end of the first half there?
I'll plead the fifth on that one. But it's football. Things are happening. We make plays. Regardless of what happened, I'm super proud of this team.
Bryce, you have a pretty good front row view of that offensive line during run games too. What is it like to watch Davey and Lewis road trade people?
It's crazy. We watch it. You get to see it live, and it's wild. We pause the film a ton, and when we're in the quarterback room, we're talking through stuff. Run game, we kind of talk through scheme, and then we talk about carrying out our fakes and little things that we have ideas off of it. But every once in a while, we'll just stop and pause, like, hey, let's look at this person. And all the time, it's like, let's look at Dilu pull for this end right here, and we all just sit there. It's like, wow, like that. I would be imagine having to deal with that as an end. But again, Dilu's an amazing player, person and player, huge for the team. So it's a privilege.
You guys work hard during the week, and sometimes when you're losing, you don't see the fruits of that labor. How good is it to see the fruits of your labor and then translate into wins? And what does it mean for this team as a whole?
Yeah, it's a blessing for sure. Regardless of anything, I've always been so proud of this team, of how we worked, is how we've, carried ourselves through the week. And I think now it's just more encouragement. We have to make sure that we continue to keep building, continue to keep pushing ourselves during the week. We know that it works. We know what the coaches are having us do, and the process is what we need to be doing. And it's just continue to trust each other, push each other, and we're excited for the work.
Bryce, how much do you attribute what the Albert's been able to do with opening up the play-action game that seems to have always had a positive effect on what you're able to do?
Yeah, it's been huge. Just us as an offense. That's everyone as a unit with the run game, and then like you said, it helps me, helps the play caller when you can open up play pass stuff. So the credit goes to everyone, and as a unit, we're excited to keep growing.
Bryce, it also seems like you keep losing an offensive lineman or two each week, and yet your numbers in the running game keep going. What does it say about the guys up front that are stepping in and playing?
Yeah, it just speaks to the resilience of the room. Ton of competitors. There's a standard they hold themselves to. So I'm grateful for that unit.
I apologize if you can ask this, but T-Mac got not 1, 2 touchdowns today. I know he said he kind of been thinking about it, and he had to switch up the scenery and not think about it, and he got 2. One, can you take us through that? His first touchdown play, and then what does it mean for him to find the box today?
Yeah, obviously he's been huge for us. He's a great player. Continuing to just get better and better and grow, and I'm super grateful that it was able to pay off for him getting in the end zone. He deserves it. He's been working hard. He's been doing amazing all season. I'm excited to continue to watch him grow. And just an amazing job on a double move, great route, and for the first touchdown, and then we had put the play in that he scored on for the second touchdown. And he's, when we designed it, he's kind of last in progression. And he came in and he was like, we ran it. He's like, I love this play. He's like, this is great. This is a great design. He's like, and if you get back to me, I'm gonna go win. And we had talked about it actually yesterday. And it was just like, it's great to see the buy-in of someone who's like, last in progression and still loving the play, still can't wait for it to get called, and like him really taking ownership. And he was like, man, if you get back to me, it's going. And it ended up, and he called his shot. So, again, it speaks to the competitor he is. He did a great job on both of those. He's been doing a great job all year. So I'm excited for the growth to continue.
Did you know that T-Mac was there before kneeling got to you and you stepped forward? Or?
Yeah, you just, you know the concept, where people are going to be. So obviously trusted him to win on that route, get back to him quick, and he did an amazing job.
Did you just put that in this week, that second touchdown pass? Second TD by T-Mac?
Yeah, something that was new that he was excited about, and he did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Bryce.